Uh, I would invite Ms. Neelofar Ahmed. She is PhD scholar, educational leadership and policy as her area. Neelofar Ahmed is a doctoral student specializing in educational leadership and policy in comparative international and development education in University of Toronto. She holds an MA from Brock University, besides having done MA and BA from eminent Pakistani university. Her career spans over 20 years of international transdisciplinary work with 10 years plus in development and education. Over to you, Neelofar.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. I want to begin this short conversation by thanking Honorable Amir Rathore Saab and our very own Iqra Khalid for being here, and all the panelists who have contributed their thoughts. A lot has been said, so I won't indulge into the same conversation. But there are a few things which I really want to highlight today. It's interesting to know that all of us know where the gray areas are, and we all believe that there is a gap. There is a gap between Pakistani students and who want to take admission in Canadian universities, and then most of the time they fail. They think, they fear, and they believe that there are certain lackings in their application. Probably they don't have the right kind of skills which are required to get an admission in Canadian universities. So the first thing that I want to highlight here is the building up of the linkages and changing the mindset of people who are in Pakistan trying to get admission here. One thing that I really like, which has been said by one of the panelists here, is the role of Higher Education Commission. I remember some years back when there was a problem in Pakistan where a lot of private universities were operating in Pakistan without due license. HEC, Higher Education Commission of Pakistan, used to publish advertisement warning parents and students that if they get admission into those universities, they won't be entitled to towards the degree and all that. I think that this is the right time where the HEC should take a lead and act for those consultants or agents who mishandle students' applications. This is the first thing, that the parents and the students should be made aware that they can reach to the universities on their own. Here in Canada, every university's department's chair are liable to answer any queries that come, no matter from where. So the first thing is that the students and their parents should be aware that they can reach to any university, and they can ask for any information. And since I have done my MA from Brock University, and I know that their international office is very supportive when it comes to answering the questions and answering the queries. Each universities here in Canada have certain offices which deal with international students and students' application. The unfortunate part of this whole scenario is that Pakistani students are not considered as a potential, customer or clientage for Canadian university, and most of it is coming from marketing. Marketing that even Pakistani diaspora or Pakistani students who are studying here, create for other prospective Pakistani international students. Taking this opportunity that Rathore Saab is here and MP Iqra Khalid is here, I want to say that part of the problem is that Pakistani students do not have representation in academia. They don't have the desired representation in academic jobs and in academic publications. Therefore, Canadian universities do not recognize that our Pakistani students when they come here, they thrive, they make their own pathways, and they are equally competent to thrive in Canadian universities like other international students. This is one thing that I want to mention. And the other thing is that the need to change the mindset is also required, because I heard one of the panelists talking about Canadian government not supporting Pakistan and in their academia, unlike British Council, and how British universities are more functional in Pakistani society. I would say that this mindset needs to be changed, because IDRC, which is one of the primary grant grant issue, which primarily issues grants to developing countries, have been very supportive, and there are multiple bilateral agreements between Canadian and Pakistani government. And for example, the Pakistan's first online university, the Virtual University of Pakistan, was made possible by a IDRC grant. So the only thing which is lacking here is that we don't have appropriate representation in these agencies, or like in academia, that can support the cause, that can make them aware that there is a chunk of international competent students who want to come here, who want to study here and become part of this social fabric. They want to contribute to the economic stability of Canada. And the best thing is that Canada always claims itself to be welcoming for immigrants, and immigrants strengthen Canadian economy. So why not, Pakistani students coming here and living here, and enjoying the Canadian life? The only thing is that we need to develop a linkage. We need to create that, we need to lessen that gap. I also want to highlight one more thing, that if HEC can take any part, or like if other agencies, or like any other institution can take any lead into this, and while in providing appropriate information to Pakistani students in terms of the funding, grants, different bursaries or scholarships which are available for international students also. So one of the setback that comes to, whenever competent students, whenever they think of Canada, they think about it as a very expensive country to live in and meet the expenses. Whereas the fact is that beside the work study or work permit that international student gets, there are different scholarship and bursaries and grants opportunities available for students. And I think it's primarily the responsibility of those agents, or like those consultants who are dealing with international students. But also, if somewhere these resources can be provided, to international students who want to apply, and then they would know that these are the qualifications required, or these are the sets of skills which are required to qualify these scholarships. And while they are there and waiting for a response, they can build on those requirements. With this, I take leave now, and thank you very much for listening to me. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Neelofar Ahmed.